to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I felt it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. Gotta say it.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, hold on. Let's make sure I'm straight.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose, and while Joe's getting his mic together, there you go.
My man.
Looking like your defensive tackle, man.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is, I gotta say it, Tomo. My name is Second Place Joe Jordan.
No, say it a little louder. What the show is that? Come on. I've been waiting.
Second Place Joe Jordan. And we got a great show for y'all today, y'all. A great show. You know, we got to talk about that. We had two first-place teams collide on Sunday. One walked away, still first place. One got knocked down in second place. We got my bro Vaughn to help us, recap that game. We're going to talk about that. Tomo, your squad in the news once again. Michael Parsons made some comments about his coach, Mike McCarthy. We got to address that. Was it foul or fair? All right, we're going to talk about that. The Lions, they still rolling, even with 5 interceptions. Are they the best team in the NFL, NFC, in the NFL? We got to address that. The Bears fired their OC with a rookie QB 9 games in. We got to address that. And lastly, Debo throwing blows. Throw them blows, Debo. We got to react to that. But look, I got my boy here, Mr. Get Done Son himself, co-host of In the Red Corner. They just had an episode aired last Sunday, so make sure y'all go check that out. How you doing, my brother?
Oh man, I'm doing well. It feels good to say when you got a rookie in the NFC East that he beat the Steelers, but that's not nothing I need to celebrate right now because my team can't even win. I see Mark in the comments. I'm feeling good, Joe. I'm ready to talk about some of these conversational pieces, and one of them that's going under the radar because another guy said something about his coach. But again, that's what happened when you got the star. How you feeling, Joe?
I'm feeling, hey, believe it or not, I'm feeling good. Now, we did the show yesterday. I probably won't feel as good, but after some time to think, I feel really good right now. I really do.
The new schedule.
But exactly right. But look, though, it's Tuesday. Our boy Dave not here right now, right? He couldn't make it today. But, it's Tuesday. We got to turn up for the one time. Let's turn
me up.
And C-Mac back. So, Dave turned up right now. C-Mac is back in full effect. All right. I don't know about Moody, though. But look, we are streaming this on 3 platforms. We are streaming this on YouTube, X, and Facebook. So make sure you like the video on all 3 platforms. Share this. Subscribe and follow on all of our social media platforms. You can find us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X at R2L Sports. And share this video with somebody so they can come on and watch live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Mark being the first comment. A comment that Tomo loves. It says, no longer first place with a crying, balled out tears emoji. Not just a crying, the balled out tears emoji. I think I love you. That's that emoji Mark crying hard over there, right? These shots going to stop Tomo. Shout out to Kevo in the comments. Hopefully we'll see Kevo on Unfazed tonight and Mark. All right, so that's gonna be a good show right there. All right, and Mark. And
Make
shout
sure
out to
y'all
my boy
tune in.
Carter. He said what?
I said, make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, make sure y'all tune in. But make sure y'all stay tuned in to this show because we got a great guest coming up. But before I do that, I'm gonna pass my boy Tomo. Hey, look, before I do that, y'all enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Now it's funny. Look at these guys. They fighting for Michael Parsons in the comments. One say he going to Washington. Another one say he want to be back in Philly. Don't let the jokes fool you. He goes somewhere else. I don't think y'all gonna let him do a podcast. So he might want to stay here so he can keep them ratings going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a little different in DC. He try to do a podcast. It's gonna be a little different in Philly. He try to do a podcast. Like the Cowboy fans, we talk about it on Twitter. Philly fans gonna call the radio station. You know, first time, long time, Paul. But we got RBO Vaughn backstage. But before we bring RBO, first place RBO Vaughn, you know, first place RBO Vaughn on, we got to do a proper introduction because the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Washington Commanders 28-27 in a thrilling Week 10 matchup. And yes, I can't say thrilling because you guys definitely balled out. Like I thought it was going to be a blowout, but you all zipped that one up. I was like, I'm lying. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. I thought it was going to be closer than what some people did by 14, by what some of them would say. But it was a back and forth game, back and forth all the way down to Russ and maybe a defensive jump. But again, we got RBO Vaughn. We're going to bring him on up. So Vaughn, hold on. I can't disrespect the first place Steelers like that. How you feeling?
You on mute?
Slim pickings.
I'm feeling great today, man. You know, I had to represent, had to throw the shades on. First place, we still first place. You know, we got, just like the Commanders, we got a tough game ahead of us, division game, you know. But first place, still Vaughn is here. Thanks for having me, guys. How y'all doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
Oh, me? I'm doing great. I'm fantastic.
Okay, we just want to make sure.
Yeah, we great over here. We're gonna talk.
Some would say if you come into someone else's place and then you just like sit on their couch, don't take your shoes off at the door, none of that. You just walk in with the muddy shoes. Some would say they kind of walked in and
Walk your trap, take over your trap. Walk your trap, take over your trap.
that's kind of what happened there. No. Oh, I forgot. Losers go first. Joe.
Oh, I got a clip too for the game.
Oh,
yeah. This is like an introduction video for the topic. You know.
Okay. Well, you could play. Yeah. You can play intro. I had a special request. So some people they said walk in your trap, take over your trap. I don't know if you want me to keep the video in the storage because you got to do it again next week. I don't know. But Joe, what's the intro video you got for us?
This is two coaches talking. Let's get it.
Heading into this game,
why you stuttering?
Really thought this was, going to be a hard-fought game, and it was just like we expected. Bobby Wagner had spoken to the team earlier today about moments and opportunities, and I thought he was absolutely spot on because there were moments and there were opportunities, and so this one stings badly. The team is absolutely so all in for one another, and I love that about them, how tough we are, and so it should sting.
But our guys fought, they didn't blink. We got contributions in all three phases, and we're just appreciative of all parties involved. It's a good team win. When you're coming into an environment like this, man, you find a way to get it done. Not only is it a well-earned victory, man, but there's some real growth associated with it.
There it is. All right, so losers go first. So look, I want to say this. First of all, congrats to the Pittsburgh Steelers for winning that game. And, that video was kind of, I guess, they won by 1 point. It wasn't like they destroyed us. You know what I mean? Like y'all got destroyed, Tomo, by the Eagles. Now, the Eagles would have posted a video like that. I get it. But, they won by 1 point. So it was a close game. It was a nail-biter, But it's all good. They got the dub. I think this one thing I learned about this, I think the Steelers confirmed how good their defense was. Because all year, even last year, let's start last year, they had a few injuries, but their defense weren't as elite as we've seen in the past. All right. And, Javon would say a lot of that has to do with the offense being garbage. And then this year, they really didn't play a high power offense like ours. They haven't. They played Kirk Cousins in week 2, week 1, first game as an Atlanta Falcons. And Kirk Cousins, you put a lot of pressure on him. He could be a whole different quarterback. So I wasn't really sold on that game. They play a lot of teams that don't really score a lot. So when they play us, you know, they did a lot of things that we haven't faced all year, right? I gotta give them a lot of credit, you know. So although we still scored 27 points, we scored a lot of points, but that was our worst, in my opinion, offensive game of the year. That was our worst offensive game of the year. You know, we came into that game 14-14 on fourth down. We needed a fourth down conversion to keep the drive going. We didn't get it. Although our fourth down conversions are usually shorter than that. That was like a 4th and 13. So, but it usually like a 4th and 4. I was a little upset we didn't. That last field goal we kicked, it was 4th and 4. We should have went for it. We've been doing this all year, but we set up for a field goal. But that's another story, right? We had 13 3-and-outs the whole year. They forced 3 3-and-outs on our first 4 drives. You know, we had the most 3-and-outs we had all year this game. So I gotta give them credit for that, right? 40-some% of our Mark got a stat, 40-some% of our drives are in the red zone. We only got to the red zone 3 times. That's it. We did cash in 3 times, you know, but we only got there 3 times. We had a season low in passing yards, 242, and we had a season high in punts, which is 6. So although, like I said, we scored 27, I mean, 7 of that came off of a fake punt, you know, and then like we was already in the red zone and we scored. But outside of that, we only scored 20 points, you know. So I gotta give them credit for that. Now, the better and more experienced team won yesterday. You know, they made the plays down the stretch. I look at Jaden Daniels, people killing him like I don't think he looked like a rookie. I just think he had his worst game. He still looked pretty decent. He still looked pretty good. He didn't look rattled at all. He missed 2 throws that whole game, but those 2 throws were crucial. He missed one to Zacchaeus on a 3-and-out when he got pressure. But you know, I'm not gonna put too much on him on that. He got pressure soon. Y'all had a free rush on that play, and he had to get it out quick. I get that. But the one to Luke McCaffrey, that was the big one he missed. He missed Luke McCaffrey deep in our own territory. I think it was on 2nd down. And that connection, that could have been a big game. That play probably would have got us like on the 30-yard line on their side of the field. But he missed them. And that was key, you know. But, you know, the good thing is if you are a commander, you know, you can learn from this, obviously, you know, on a team. You can learn from this. You're not going to play a defense like this ever again the rest of the season unless you get to the Super Bowl and play the Chiefs. You know, ain't no other team in the NFC that got defense like the Steelers. I look around, you know, so you're not going to see another defense like this. And you look at it the positive way, you know, they would come up a bye week. They had 2 weeks to prepare for us. They were fully healthy. We had no B-Rob. We had no Marshawn Lattimore. I didn't even know Andrew Wiley was hurt. Andrew Wiley was hurt coming into the game. He was a backup. He didn't even start. He was hurt. Tyler Biadasz got hurt during the game. They added Preston Smith. You know, our kicker was out too, even though our kicker did pretty good. And we lost by 1 point. And we had the most drops we had all year. The most. So am I looking at games like, oh, we can't? That's why when the Corey said we can't be good team, it's like, yo, like, I get it, we lost to the Steelers. But to say we can't be good team, we didn't get blown out. We had the lead. We just didn't make the key plays that Russell Wilson made to Mike Wallace. St. Jude's always getting cooked. But good game for them, man. Good game for them. They deserve the win. They came into our trap and took our trap, whatever you want to call it. Came into our house and put their feet on the couch, whatever. But good game, well deserved. And lastly, I'm just glad it's Javon that did it. I'm just glad Javon did it. You know, I'm okay that my brother is getting success of our downfalls. If it's anybody else, I might be a little more mad, but I'm feeling good right now.
Cooper Rush, you got one job. I know. Go ahead, Vaughn. Act like that never happened.
Hey, you know, I want to say good game, GG's. I do want to address this comment that Kev just said. Joe, you play a defense like that Thursday. No, Kev. Y'all not like us, bro. Stop it.
They not like us.
Y'all getting better, but y'all not like us. Y'all don't even have a TJ Watt or a Cam Hayward. Like, so no. All right. So what I wanted to start with was it really was that. We really went in there, took over their track. As y'all know, I did go to the game. I was in attendance, me and my lady. First time seeing my Steelers play live. It was amazing.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if y'all watched the game, but it was one moment when you heard "Let's go Steelers, let's go." Like it was so loud that you heard it on TV. It sounded like we was the home team. And when you saw how the Commanders got the burgundy flags, I mean the rags, the towels to try to combat the terrible towels, it was impossible. I mean, if you looked in the crowd, if you was at the game, you saw way more yellow towels than you saw the burgundy towels. It was just ridiculous. So what I want to say about this game is I felt like we did what I expected us to do. You know, we didn't win by the 11 points, like I said. We did give up 7, gave up a touchdown really when we didn't convert on that fake punt. However, the main thing that I took away from my defense was we shut down JD, man. I'm sorry. All year, you know, Joe, you've been saying, long as you got JD5, you alive. Well, you had JD5 and y'all died because one thing he couldn't do, he couldn't run the ball. He averaged 51 rushing yards a game, and he only had 5 yards against us off 4 rushes. And he had 1 rush, he had about 4 yards. So that tells you what happened all those other rushes. So we was able to contain him. And I said that's the biggest thing for us, containing JD, because he is excellent at making somebody miss and getting extra yards. That's why they were able to have a offensive line where they say they didn't give up so many sacks. It wasn't because the offensive line was just blocking their tail off. It's because JD was able to make up a lot of their flaws on the line. Now, I told y'all TJ Watt ain't got to have endless sacks and all that to have a good game because we got other dogs out there on the line. I told y'all we don't have just one guy on one end, one guy on the other end. We got one guy from both ends and a guy in the middle. And who came to play? Alex Highsmith got a sack. It got negated by a penalty by Joey Porter that he did not even have to do. And Hayward was out there balling as well. So I felt like our D-line really was able to control, you know, was able to make Jaden just send that constant pressure. And we didn't make him fold completely, but he did miss some throws due to our pressure. You know, it wasn't just him being able to sit in the pocket. Like he was really relegated to a game manager, if you ask me, on Sunday. He was just a game manager. He didn't do nothing special, and he didn't look super bad. He was just regular, if you ask me. And the fact that they didn't have B-Rob, it totally eliminated their run game. It was like a top 4, top 3 run game, and they only got 60 yards on us, you know, and that's the second lowest rushing yards they had all year. So our defense came to play, and offensively, this is the thing I was telling everybody. We are that sneaky team in the league that has a really good defense, and that offense is creeping up to become a really good offense. People had questions. Can we score with the best of the best? Can we come back and win against teams that can put up points? What happened this game? We was down 7 going into halftime. They came out and scored a touchdown right on us, straight out the halftime. And it was a quick touchdown because Scary Terry caught a pass and took it like 30 yards. So right after that, we responded and scored. They scored some more, and we had the resiliency to make the plays. I want to talk about Rush right quick because as I watched that game, I said I'm not fully sold on Rush yet. He got to continue to show me more and more and more. And early in that game, you know, that first touchdown drive we got, he looked cool. But, man, them 2 other drives, like, leading up to halftime, man, Pat Freiermuth was wide open so many times, and he just kept missing them. Like, I was out there yelling, like, he's wide open. He's like, look at him. He's wide. Like, he was wide open so many times, but they was able to get some pressure. And, you know, Russ isn't the tallest guy, so he can't see a lot of times. He has to get out of the pocket to make certain plays, and he just wasn't able to. But that last touchdown drive, I got to give this man a lot of credit, man, because he balled out. A lot of people say we need our defense to force a sack, to get turnovers. We had 0 turnovers this game. Shout out to Joe. They say they don't turn the ball over that well. They
fumble.
Huh?
Zacchaeus fumble on the special teams.
I'm not gonna really count that. I'm talking about as far as us like forcing the fumble. That was more like y'all just muffed the punt. You know what I'm saying? So we was able to, and we gave y'all. It was like a favor for a favor because we gave it right. Yeah, y'all gave it to us right there on our like 10, 15-yard line. We gave it to y'all on y'all 15-yard line. So it kind of canceled each other out. But that last drive, it was a third and what was it? It was a legal formation on the first down. And it was ended up being Najee Harris just got a 7-yard run, legal formation, push us back first and 15. Then it became 2nd and 16 because we get -1 yard on the run. Then the next play, Russell Wilson makes a play, extends the play, gets out the pocket, and hits Calvin Austin to give us 3rd and 3. Next play after that, we convert the 3rd and 3 to Pat Freiermuth. Next play after that, we do 2 other plays. Then we get, 3rd and 9. Soon Russ say height. Soon they hike the ball. It's pressure coming towards Russ. He has to step out the pocket a little bit and heave it up to Mike Williams for a touchdown. The new addition who said he never ran that route. He never practiced that route with Russ. It was for Calvin Austin, but he got hurt on the 2nd and 16 that he got the 13 yards on. So everything was so crucial and critical. It reminded me of playoff football. It reminded me of Steelers football. It reminded me of hope. We're back. This is we do have more games to play, but this was a good game for me. We really played a complete game as a team, and it started with us shutting down that rookie of the year in JD5.
All right. So kudos to you. You won the game. All right. You said everything that happened, you expected it. You said a lot of things on Friday, that was?
Yep, Friday.
Everything you got right was y'all won. The outcome was definitely wrong, but like you said, by 11, you won, and JD couldn't run the ball for real. You said TJ Watt was gonna wreck the game. He had 2 plays the whole game.
I never said he was gonna wreck it.
You did, and I said he won't have a TJ Watt type of game. I said he won't wreck the game, and I said I promise you he won't. I even said I promise he won't.
And I said, and I repeated, I said he doesn't have to get sacks to wreck a game, and we got more dogs on our line. I repeat this all the time because we got the best line.
You said he don't have to have sacks to wreck the game, meaning he can wreck the game other ways. He didn't wreck the game at all. He had 2 plays. He had a play when we were deep in our territory on 3rd down.
He hit JD.
Yeah, on 3rd down, but it was a 3rd down on our own 2nd-yard line. And then he had the play on the last drive. I give him that. Outside of that, he didn't have a play the whole game, but I give him credit for that. You also said Mike couldn't hang with your boy Pickens. I mean, he had 1 catch on Mike the whole game. Mike had 2 pass breakers on him, and Mike was on him for a good amount of time. The only time Pickens really got a catch was when he moved to the slot against number 1, who you call who looked like a rookie, and when he got that pass on St. Juice, who gets beat constantly all the time, as you can see on Mike Wallace. St. Juice probably got the most touchdown give ups in the whole season. I ain't look at the stat, but St. Juice been getting cooked. Not saying that Pickens can't cook Mike, but you came in here and made it seem like my man Mike couldn't hang with him, which he did. On the other hand, Terry McLaurin, he did. He had 1 catch on him. That's it. And then
you said 2 pass breakups and 1 catch.
But he was on for multiple possessions. He had 1 catch on him. You told me that he couldn't keep up with him.
He had 96 yards in the touchdown, though, Joe.
It wasn't on my guy, though. I told you Mike, and you told me Joey Porter can hang with Terry. And Terry.
Yeah, I was wrong with that. Oh, okay. So since you lost the game, you trying to nitpick on certain things I said that. Go ahead.
You came and said that everything you expected to happen happened.
I didn't say everything. I said the game went a lot of how I said it was going to go, how I thought it was going to go, because I knew we got the best D-line, and y'all wasn't going to be able to run the ball on us, and I knew JD wasn't going to kill us. He had no touchdowns, 0.
Okay, the no touchdown scenario is blasphemous. So look. All right, look. Do you think that Najee Harris had a better game than JD?
Do I think not? You sound my running back versus your quarterback?
Do you think Najee Harris had more of an impact on the game than JD? Because JD has 0, but Najee had 1 touchdown on the goal line. You think Austin Eckler had a better game than JD?
I don't think he had a better game, but he had a big impact. He had a lot of he converted some 3rd downs. He had a lot of shifty runs. He did the job.
But it's about two Austin Eckler's touchdowns, right? One of them, Terry McLaurin got tackled from a pass play on a 1-yard line. And then we ran the ball with Austin Eckler. JD could have scored, but we just ran the ball. Also, De'Ami Brown dropped the touchdown pass. And then we just ran the ball, and then he scored. So to say that he had 0 touchdowns, we put up 27 points, and JD had something to do with it. So if we had 10 points or 7 points, and you said JD didn't have any touchdowns, then I get your point. But we had 27, and we could have easily said, you know what, we're going to get JD a touchdown, but we just ran the ball on the 1 yard line.
So how about this then? Explain why he had his lowest, or second lowest passing output, and he came into the game with 76% completion rate. This game he had a 50% completion rate. Let's talk about him. He averaging 51 rushing yards and only having 5 rushing yards. So that sounds like we shut him down, if you ask me.
No, I came in here and gave y'all props and said JD had his worst game of the year. Did I not say that?
Yeah,
so I'm just going at the notion when you said we held him to 0 touchdowns. Like y'all, like y'all.
We shut him down, Joe. Like we did.
You told me De'Aaron Brown. So De'Aaron Brown went open in the end zone, Javon, and dropped it.
Joe, that happens all the time, Joe.
But you said y'all like your party.
Y'all still scored a touchdown though.
You said what?
Y'all still scored a touchdown.
I know, but JD don't get credit for that. But you said we shut him down. He didn't even score a touchdown. Like
how many games has he went without scoring a touchdown this year?
He went multiple games scoring. He don't have a lot of touchdowns. He got like 7 passing touchdowns or 9, and only got 4 rushing touchdowns for the whole year. Because we run the ball a lot when we get to the goal line. That's why. I just want to correct that.
That's cool, Joe. Listen, that's cool. You can correct the fact that he didn't score. That's just a little sprinkle I add on top of shutting them down. You feel what I'm saying? That's not that's not my whole, end all be all. You know what I'm saying? Because you and Mark sat here and said, we couldn't stop y'all offense. But like you said, we forced y'all to punt the most times y'all had.
I never said y'all couldn't stop us. Never said that. I never said I said the score gonna be 28-25. I mean, we got 27. You said we won't be able to score on y'all. You put us 17, and we were able to score on y'all. You said we couldn't convert in the red zone. We converted in the red zone every single time.
I'll give you that. Let me tell you this, though. Out of your 13 drives, well, you had not 13 drives. You had, where's that? You had 12 drives. And you said, like you said, only 3 of those drives made it to the red zone. After 40%, 47% of your drives all year made it to the red zone. And one of those drives, like you said, we gave y'all the ball in the red zone. So this is my thing. All year, y'all talked about how efficient y'all offense was. All year, y'all talked about that. All week, I've been saying this defense is built for that. This is our biggest test. All year, all week, I've been saying that. So now, when I say we shut down JD, all I need you to say really is, yes, y'all did. like really. I need to hear you say we shut down JD.
Shut down.
He looked like a human.
Able to do nothing, Javon.
Joe, no.
He made plays that game, though.
How about this?
He had his worst game, but shut down.
How about
we
this,
won 427.
Joe.
Yeah, we got 1 point.
He had 2 good drives all game, literally. 2 good drives, literally. 2.
Then we score on both of them drives.
Yeah, 2 good drives.
You're shut down. Shut down means he couldn't do nothing.
All right, I'll give you that. How about this? JD was a game manager Sunday.
I'm with you on that. He had his worst game. I need to
hear you say he was a game manager.
He was a game manager on Sunday. He was his worst game.
That's what I need you to hear.
That's what I need you to hear.
That's what I need you to
hear. He did not get shut down.
He did.
And when him being a game manager, we lost by 1. I can live with that.
His legs got shut down.
It did. He didn't run the ball. He went about 4.
He couldn't, Joe.
Against the Ravens, the same thing. Because y'all, that's y'all focus on. We don't have B-Rob, so that hinders our running game. And then y'all put a lot of focus on JD getting out of the pocket. I get you. And we come run with Eckler, and Nichols. Same thing in the Ravens game. Same exact thing. The Ravens actually did a better job, though.
All right, hold on. Before I know you got something to say, Mom. Before we get there, let me read the super chat right quick. Shout out to Ty, been a member for 16 months. We gotta start calling him Petty T. But shout out to the Best Sports Network. It's Ravens versus Steelers week, but all cap very often teams trash. And if y'all know who cap very often is, then you gotta go back to the NFL chat. It's a rivalry between him and Kev. But hashtag where's my jersey, hashtag Sir Cap a lot, hashtag MVP3, hashtag Knicks Rookie of the Year. I think I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah, he's trolling right now.
yeah.
Javon, look. Yes, look, y'all won. JD had his worst game. Worst game. Even worse than the Bucks. Worst game of the year. I give you all of that. I'm just correcting some of the little things you're saying. Like, oh, he ain't scored a touchdown. I had to
He
step in.
didn't though, Joe. He didn't though. It's facts.
But you said y'all shut him down, was his flaws, and he didn't score a touchdown. Like he couldn't score on y'all.
Joe.
Y'all got a robber pass. We ran the ball in that 1 yard line. Y'all like y'all kept him out the end zone the whole game.
Tomo, if we go against your quarterback, right, and 40%, 47% of the drives he operates reaches the red zone. But in this game, out of 12 drives, only 3 of them reaches the red zone. When one of them, you got the ball on your 15-yard line, so you already started in your red zone. So that don't really count, to be honest. That really don't count. He averages 70% completion rate, but then he only gets 50% completion rate. Average 51 rushing yards, only gets 5 rushing yards. He averages 200. About 230 something passing yards, maybe. Only had 200 passing yards, 0 touchdowns. Is that not shutting down? No, we didn't completely shut him down, but he got shut down, Joe.
To his standards, that is a
shutdown. Man, he couldn't do nothing. How we get 27 points in, Javon?
Joe, y'all got 20.
No. Just ask my question. Because you said we couldn't run the ball. How did we get 27 points?
Y'all got 2 good. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, he had 2 good drives, Joe. Out of 12, 2 good drives. I ain't gonna say out of 12 because one drive y'all started on y'all 15-yard line, like I said.
Exactly. And one drive we could have had a touchdown and got in the red zone, but Zach Ertz, that was another good drive. But Zach Ertz dropped a 3rd down pass to extend the drive. So we had to set up for a field goal.
So going off of how he's been playing, though, Joe, you could say that is a shutdown because he couldn't be himself. If you can't play like yourself, then what are you playing like?
Exactly. We took away his legs, bro. He
could
not run on us.
Do nothing.
He couldn't be himself.
Shutting down, Joe.
That's not being yourself is not a shutdown. It means you had your worst game, or you could say your worst game. It don't mean you got shut down.
Defense, though.
Shut down. Yes, I give him credit for that, but shut down mean you couldn't do nothing. You know what shutdown is? With Josh Allen against the Ravens, he got shut down. He couldn't do nothing. He got shut down against the Ravens. Or who else y'all play this year? I can't even think of nobody y'all shut down. But
Joe, he had 2 good drives all game, bro. Joe, you said how y'all scored 27? I'll tell you how y'all scored 27. So y'all got a field goal, and y'all got the ball, and y'all started on your own 30. Y'all got 40 yards. Y'all didn't even reach the red zone. Y'all got to the 30-yard line. You got a field goal right there. Y'all got the touchdown on your own red zone, like I said. So that's 10 points right there. And y'all got those 2 touchdowns, which is 24. And then that last field goal y'all got the ball on our own 42-yard line, got 19 yards and got the field goal. So that's how y'all score. Y'all had good field position in 3 of those scoring drives that y'all had. Y'all was in good field position. Y'all only got 40 yards on one field goal, which it's kind of good. I'll give you that a little bit of credit to that. 19 yards on another field goal, then y'all got 15 yards on the touchdown. Like, we just shut him down, bro. I was live there at the game. Like, I kept asking the fans, I'm like, where's JD? Is this y'all rookie of the year? This one dude, the little fat head, he had a JD face. He was like 4 rows down. He had it all up. Then he had to turn the face around and not face me no more. He ain't look that good.
So how many good drives y'all had?
How many good drives we had?
Yeah.
We probably had like 4 good drives. We
had 3 good drives. Y'all had 4. We didn't shut y'all down though. I ain't say y'all. Did we shut y'all down? Yes or no?
Did y'all shut us down or did y'all shut Russ down?
Yeah, we shut y'all off. Yeah, we shut y'all down. Yes or no?
Nah. You know why y'all didn't? Because y'all ain't stopped our. We had 140 rushing yards.
Did we shut down Russ? Oh, because Russ threw them 3 touchdowns.
I mean, he won the game, Joe.
So y'all had 1 more good drive than us, but yet
y'all had 2 good drives. 2.
Javon, 3.
Who had 3? We had the touchdown drive. We had a touchdown drive. Then we had another drive in the second quarter for 95 yards, for 75 yards. Then we had another drive. Huh?
This is y'all or us?
It's us. We had a drive for 75 yards. We had a drive for 75 yards. We also had another drive that was 70 yards, and then Warren fumbled on the 1 yard line. We drove downfield on that drive too.
Y'all had 3 good drives the whole game. I'm looking right now. 3 good drives. Y'all had a 70-yard touchdown drive. Y'all had that touchdown was 14 yards. Don't count. Y'all had a 75 touchdown drive. Y'all had a 86 drive that fumbled, and y'all had a 46-yard touchdown drive. But you didn't want to get my 40-yard credit. But I'm just saying, we had 4 good drives too. Three or 4 good drives.
I had like 2.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4 good. My whole point is, look, I don't want to make too much about this, but you said y'all shut us down because we only had 3 good drives, and y'all had 4 good drives, but yet the score was 28-27. Shutting us down meaning you hold us under our, like you hold us to like 20 or 17, 15 points. That's shutting us down.
Joe, see, you like to use context when you like to use context, I see. Because you try to bring up the context on how JD and get his touchdowns because y'all was in the 1 yard line and all that. I just explained to you, you had a touchdown getting 15 yards. You just asked me how y'all get 27 points. I'm telling you, y'all only had 2 good drives. You only scored 14 points, really. If you want to get the extra field goal with the 46 yards, you can have that. That's 17 points, bro. You got a touchdown on the 15-yard line. Then you got another field goal, which y'all was on our 42-yard line. Y'all got 19 yards that drive and got a field goal. So
y'all got a touchdown over.
Let's do this. Yes, y'all did a good job on our offense. I'll say that because I felt like we should have been able to run the ball a lot better, even though we didn't.
We didn't shut y'all down though.
I wouldn't say y'all shut us down compared to us shutting y'all down because we held y'all to y'all lows in a lot of things, Joe, except for points, of course, because of the things I just told you. Like I said, you had 3 good drives for real. I'm gonna give you the third one, but that's 17 points for real that JD really produced out there. Other than that, those other 2 points, he had 19 yards and 15 yards, bro. Like, come on, man. That's context for you, though.
But also compared to the time, we also had our starting running back out, who's a part of that high-power offense. And we had 2 offensive linemen hurt that game. So my whole thing is, I'm not going to use the word he got shut down. Was he himself? No. But shut down means he couldn't do nothing. That's what that means, bro. If I'm playing basketball and let's say I average 30, but you hold me to 10 points for the game or 12 points, he got shut down. That's like way below. That's like insanely below what he normally does. But if he averaged 30 and he dropped 18 for the night, I'm not going to be like he got strapped. Yeah, like, come on now. I'm not going to say he got shut down. He had his worst game, though, so far.
Hey, I guess let me ask you one more question. Because I know I got other topics to talk about.
We're going to close this one out. But
I got one more question. Because you told me you want me to ask you again. I want to ask you live on the show. You said wait till Tuesday. So, did Russ outplay JD or not?
He did. He outplayed JD that game.
You told me to ask you again. You said I asked you on Tuesday.
But, the circumstances were tougher for JD. I will give you that. But Russ did have a better game, though.
Of course, it's gonna be worse. He's playing against our defense, bro.
I understand that.
Like we got the best top 3 defense, best D line. That's the strength of our defense. So, but thank y'all for having me. You feel me, Joe? It's always a pleasure. You always, I got a whole list of notes. I was ready for this, and I just want to shout out my defense, my D line. We got the best D line in the league. And we still wasn't 100% healthy because we didn't have Nick Herbert. We're not gonna have Highsmith this week, but we still a nation, man. Shout out to my Magic NBA Cup playing right now. We up 1 against the Hornets. We should get this dub. But hey Tomo, hit me one more time before I go, man. Hit me one more time before I go, man. Put my shades on, man.
I got you.
Before I go, man.
I'm gonna start it from the top.
Let's get it.
One your time, take over your trap. One your time, take over your trap.
All right, y'all, man. Peace.
All right, man. Woo, Joe. You got some battles for you on this Tuesday, man.
Hey, that's fine. I showed up before and after.
Hey. I mean, the only person I ain't see show was
Daniel Jones. Only out there, but it's okay.
Hey, well, did this guy show up before or after when he started talking about his coach this way? Michael Parsons is started again, And if you don't know, or if you've been under a rock, Michael Parsons had a lot of words to say after his post game and also on this podcast. Joe, you got the clip ready for us?
Yes, sir. Let's get
We're
it.
gonna play that clip.
That's above my pay grade about if Mike is coaching again next year. But, all coaching aside, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. But the guys, I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year on their way out, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy for. You want to win games and do great things with those type of legends who put in more time and work than Mike McCarthy ever did. So those are the kind of guys that I have so much sympathy and hurt for. And first and foremost, if anyone ever felt a type of way about this situation, I would like to apologize like I did when I met with Coach McCarthy, apologize to his face, man to man. Whether people understood what I said and didn't, this is why we're here. And it has nothing to do with coaching, right? I look at a situation like, Dan, Dan's like an uncle to me. And at the end of the day, Dan can always do what's best for him. I always knew he was a great coach. I never questioned his coaching ability, but, he decided to take on a better job. Who knows at the end of this year, Mike is one of the most winningest coaches in NFL history. And that's the God honest truth. We went 12-5 3 years in a row. That don't happen because Mike's a bad coach, because he's a good coach. And just because one person has trial and error in 1 year, that just doesn't define him.
No. Bring the video back up. I know you probably still talking. Just bring the video back up for me. Yeah. No. I just need the video back up for 1 second. 1 second. You don't got to replay it. You can pause it right there. That's his jersey. That's Herbert. Is that a Terry McLaurin jersey in the background? Oh my goodness, bro. This dude, bro. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make it up. The whole time he started talking, as soon as he said Dan, I was like, wait, is that a Terry jersey in the back?
I didn't even notice that.
You didn't? That's why I said bring the video back up, Joe. Just 1 second.
Man.
All right, so we got to ask the question before we get started, man. Were Micah comments on Mike McCarthy foul or fair?
I'm so glad this topic is next, man. It just changed my whole mood.
I seen that. I'm like, I know it ain't. Now I see a few of his podcast. I see a few of his clips. I can't watch the whole podcast because after seeing him and Darius Slay sit down and have a conversation about his own teammate, I was like, all right, bro, it's time to check out. But of course, I had to pull the Eagles in because look what they did to us on Sunday. The reporter asked him, knowing that this is Mike McCarthy's last year, and I'm prefacing this is not an actual quote. This is the last year of his contract. What sentiments on if Mike will be your coach next year? And his first words were, "That's above my pay grade." Should have left it at that. Another thing, I'm gonna go back because I went back and listened to the whole post game because I have nothing else. The team's not entertaining, so I might as well watch what they say in the post game. And they actually had cut Micah off 2 questions before they even asked him that. They said, "All right, Mike, it's time to go," and he stuck around the locker, and they snuck that one in there, and they got a soundbite. They got the soundbite of the year. You should just listen to the media people when they were like, "Hey, it's time to go, Micah. Like, just walk away from the locker." He answered that and then left, and then comes back on the podcast with Terry McLaurin's jersey in the background, signed by Terry. I say all that to say this: based upon how she asked the question, it was not foul. The second part of that is where it became foul. When he says great things or done more work, talking about Zach Martin, he's done more work than Mike McCarthy has put in more work than Mike McCarthy has ever done. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by that? Because you were okay up until that point. Because now when you leaving too much room for speculation where someone's like, well, Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy coached some of the best quarterbacks in the league. Mike McCarthy was also known as a quarterback guru. Mike McCarthy got Dak Prescott to be an all-pro last year. Mike McCarthy also was there when Cooper Rush, he was able to help these quarterbacks. He got your team from being 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 to 12-6, 12-6, 12-6. Granted, how you all ended that. If you miss Dan Quinn, just say that. Like, I'd rather you just come out and be like, Dan Quinn was a hell of a coach. Like what he said, he's a hell of a coach. I wouldn't have said he took a better job because now that opened up another door right there. Because what are you saying about the Cowboys that you really wanted that you're not saying? Because now I got questions about that part. He took a better job. So are you saying if Dan was offered the head coaching job, he turned it down because he knows what Jerry is capable of? See, there's so many things that can happen when you're in this media world and you don't really think about what you're just saying. But when he says has ever done, if you're talking about being a player on the field and playing for the Dallas Cowboys, okay, you could say Zach Martin has done more than Mike McCarthy because he's been there longer. He's been around this chaos longer. He's been part of those playoff runs where you win and you lose some, you win and you lose some, you win and you lose some. So I can give you that if you're speaking from that aspect as being a player in that locker room. Zach Martin is tenured. This might be his last year, and you all wasted another season. So yeah, but also, if I was talking to Mike after you said that, I would have asked him like, so if you knew that Zach Martin was on his way out, why didn't you take the Packers game more serious? Because that could have got you to the Super Bowl. What about the year before that when you played the 49ers? Why didn't you take that serious? Because if you knew he was on his way out. See, these are the things when you saying it, like, are you really thinking about what you're saying? Because you're wasting people's years. Now you about to get another guy fired. Because most people look at it when players get coaches fired. They be like, oh, it was a coach. It was a coach. Word to my man Blaze, we say scapegoats. No. It was the players. You got him fired. Even when Jason Garrett got fired, I was like, yeah, no, Jason Garrett did that to get fired. But again, the players got Jason Garrett fired because you could have played better. If you didn't like the schemes, you could have said something. If you didn't like the way things were going, you could have said something. That's why a lot of players like Dan Quinn, because they say he's the player's coach. They're going to come to him like, hey, Dan, I don't really like this. Could we try something else? And Dan going to see if it works. However, when you're in a situation like the Cowboys, somebody needs to be the letter of the lay down the law, basically, because we all know what you're going to do. If you don't like it, they say no, you're going to go to Jerry. Jerry going to go on the radio and say something different. So now you got to do something different because Jerry done said it on the radio. So it's too much talking going on and not enough reflecting on what's actually happening in the moment. Because you could have won that game against the Eagles. You could have went over there to Cooper Rush and said, hey, bro, we getting you the ball. They only got 7 points at this point. Calm down, make a play, and we got you. You didn't do that. You and Trayvon Diggs was laughing when we was down 34-6. Y'all was laughing about that. You ran straight to Saquon Barkley and said and cracked your jokes in the middle of the field. These are the things that you were doing. You're not showing that you really cared about Zach Martin in these moments. So why, therefore, when they asked you about Mike McCarthy's last year, you like, now this guy's like, you know, Zach Martin that I really wanted to hold a trophy for. But you don't play like it when it's time to do that. Because again, you could have beat the Packers. It was the youngest. They were the youngest team in the playoffs that year. You had an undefeated record at home. You were whooping people at home. Now you can whoop at home. You don't see the 180 in that. And a lot of people won't say, oh, well, it was Zimmer. It was Zimmer's scheme. We couldn't do too much. We didn't have the personnel. I mean, I seen Jason Garrett take bad teams 8-8 and still almost have a chance to get to the playoffs. So you can't really say it's too many schemes. You know what Igor Olashansky is, Joe?
Who was that?
Exactly. He was a defensive lineman for the Cowboys at one point, but you wouldn't know that. But it was still finding ways to win games. So again, you know the situation you in. I want to hear somebody ask him about Jerry Jones and how you feel about Jerry Jones after one of these losses. I don't care about Mike McCarthy no more. I'm like, so how you feel about Jerry and what he did for the team? Do you feel like you got enough around you, Michael Parsons, to actually win games? I want to see how he answers a question like that. See if he think about his answer before he say it. So it was fair and foul.
I'm agreeing with you, man. Like, I think that, like, initially it wasn't that bad, especially as an NFL player in the game. You know, you just got blown out, and you know the season is over. I feel his message. I don't really think he was taking a shot at Mike McCarthy. You know, I think he really meant, like, I'm trying to win for Zach Martin and all these guys. It's just a delivery on the back end. When he, like you said, he done. What he say? He said
games for those type of legends who put in more time
than
work.
Mike they ever done. That comment was bad. Now, as a podcaster, because he is a podcaster, right? This is foul. This is definitely foul. You know, because when you're in the podcasting world, you gotta watch what you say, right? I mean, that's what it is. Anything you say, we're gonna hold it to you. That's how it is. We're gonna judge you as a podcast. I mean, you in the media world, you know how this thing works. and you say something like that, people gonna take it like they like you said it. It just sounds bad, period. You know, now when he said better job, I think he meant like he went from a defensive coordinator to becoming a head coach. You know, like a better job that way. That's I feel like I'm taking up for Michael a lot right now, but I don't think it's as foul as everybody making it seem like. I see people on national waves ripping Michael Parsons, like calling him a kind of teammate, what kind of person, like, you know, basically just like letting him have it. I think they blowing it up though. I think he actually really meant, I'm trying to win for Mike, for Zach Martin, Zach, all these guys, you know. And he brought up Jason Witten in his podcast. He brought up Jason Witten, all these guys. I'm like I know you play with these guys, but you got a guy like Jason Witten, you know. I'm like, what the guy do? What you talking about right now? Like about you winning for these guys, you know. So
it's kind of like something D-Law probably said after they lost another one of them playoff games, knowing that Jason Witten was on his last game.
Crazy. Like, I mean, I feel him though. You want to win for these guys. They've been here. He said I was a rookie on this podcast. I was a rookie. They helped me. You know, I think he really meant what he meant. It just came out wrong, and people gonna blow it up. And if you listen to Michael Parsons' press conferences, he's always team. And sometimes his delivery sucks. Sometimes the wording he uses is not the best wording, but it's not. You don't take it literally like it's negative. He said something before recently, and we all came across like, what? So,
top 5 quarterbacks playing the best in the league right now, and he was like, and he named the top 5, and everybody was like, why he ain't named Dak? I was like, he said top 5 playing best right now. Dak not playing the best right now. Why would he name him? I don't care if that's my teammate or not. We talking about right now.
Yeah. But I don't think he got no problems with Dak though. You know what I mean? Like, now obviously if he had a chance to get another quarterback and they get it, he might be happy as a human, but I don't think he's like Dak is the reason why we suck. He always put it back on the defense. He, like, even that interview you talked about, like we just played, he kept saying, like, I gotta be the light, I gotta be the light, I gotta be the light. You know, so I think people just blowing it up, but it's foul because of the second half of the interview, like you said, and because he is a podcaster.
Yeah, and it's like he say one. It's like one of those people that be like, "I feel you," but and then they proceed to say everything that was negative after you said something positive. Because he was like, "Nah, I feel you, but I'm doing this with Zach Martin and them." But Mike McCarthy a good coach. Dan Quinn took a better job. Like,
he was talking in circles too. Like, he was talking in circles. I think he could have just came on and I apologize to Mike, and I didn't. People took it out of proportion. I didn't mean that. I meant this. But instead, I feel like he was talking in circles. And he started talking about Rex Ryan, and I'm going to get up.
Well, I mean, his response to Rex Ryan was on point because it was like, bro, you really wanted a job. So I understand why you upset at me for saying what I said. Like, yeah, I can understand him taking the shots back. But again, I think I said this on one of our episodes about this Cowboys team and just Michael Parsons in general is I want to see what this team, granted, I keep saying stuff and it always happens. Like I said, y'all was going to get Dan Quinn and now y'all winning games. But I said, I want to see what this team looks like when they start losing. Like, how are they going to respond to this adversity? And I'm saying it right now. Micah's still being the same old Micah, slightly positive and doing the podcast. Trayvon is being Trayvon. Like, I don't see nobody acting outside of them norm. Even when they were blowing teams out, I was happy he got an interception because I was like, maybe this might be the tide turner, but they still got blown out. So again, I got what I asked for, and these youngins are still acting like their normal selves.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
How you feel about the Jerry Jones comment about CD?
Oh, with the son?
Yeah.
That go back to Michael Parsons and his podcast. It's the same thing. Jerry did the same thing. Like, so what you want me to blow the stadium up? Like, we want to rebuild it?
I didn't like his comments.
Jerry's tired of people talking about the sun in the fans' eyes. Just like
y'all lost it, missed a touchdown because of that. I mean,
no, we missed the touchdown because Cooper Rush.
He underthrew him.
If you go back and watch the play, CD was wide open. He
threw it behind him too. Yeah.
He threw it behind him, and then you see Ferguson. Like, nobody knew who was catching the ball. Like, Ferguson put his hands up and caught it. He was like, "Oh, that's for him." And CD was like, "Nah, the son." I was like, "No, that wasn't the son. You thought that was for Ferguson too. You just ain't put your hands up."
But look though, if you want to wear a visor, wear the dark one.
At the end of the day, Jerry said the sun is for home field advantage, And at some point, Jerry, you know your team got flipped the field, right? So it's not really home field advantage. And you play at the same time most of the time, so the sun gonna always be there.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If I'm gonna play on that team, and if I'm CD, and they ask me about it, I'm like, yo, and they ask me like, what happened? I mean, I couldn't see, and they said, are you down for closing it? Yeah, I'm down for closing the top roof.
No, the roof is closed. They have curtains on the side that they bring in.
Close the curtains.
Yeah, they have curtains for events. He just don't close them.
Dude was a seller, but like he's nothing bad about him. You know what I mean? He just said like, I'm down for closing them. Jerry got mad. Oh, you want to build a whole new stadium? Like the way he sounded, bro, it sounded like he was my dad. Like if I'm CD, like that was your dad, bro. Like yeah, he sounded like he was talking about one of his kids, and it felt. Huh?
He said, "What you want me to do? Close the curtains?"
You know what I mean? Like the way he responded was like I'm your child. The way he was like, I don't know. I just felt like the way Jerry responded was so disrespectful. If I'm CD, I'm like, yo, I don't want to play for this dude. Like now, don't get me wrong. He might treat you like a father outside of here. Like make sure you give you Uber rides on the way home from the club and all that stuff. You know what I mean? All the extra amenities he gives them. But
go back to that picture, right?
Yes.
All I'm saying.
I mean, Mike McCarthy gonna be gone. I wonder who's gonna be the next coach.
They throwing Dion out there, but I don't think that's.
We gonna hire Dion?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Look, he never hired a black coach in his life, so I have no reason to think he's gonna hire Dion.
He hired Dion, man. I don't know. That's gonna be an interesting show right there.
Yeah, Dion has a high personality. You think Jay Jones want control?
Now, if Jerry wasn't, and I know we're gonna talk about another team, a franchise that flipped their whole well-being from being bad to one of the best teams in the NFL.
Imagine Jerry Jones with Dan Campbell.
That's what I was going. That's what I'm getting to. Player coaches with big personality. I think Dan Campbell and Jerry probably would have worked because Dan Campbell got that type of attitude where he like Jerry being Jerry, but we not doing that on Sunday.
Probably.
Like that, and that's more so what Dion gonna bring what Dion would bring to the team. But I was more so thinking the Cowboys should go get a former player if they can't get one of these whiz kid offensive coordinators. I think that's like a former player to be the head coach because that's who's killing in the league right now is former players.
Like a former Cowboy though, or just a former player.
Former Cowboy.
DeMarcus Ware. He don't mess with y'all no more though, right?
Nah. He one of those Cowboys is like I mess with Jerry when it's time to do business, but I ain't really like
Bronco for real.
He cut me, bro. He traded me to the Broncos
and won a Super Bowl.
Like you just try to cast me off like he did Amari Cooper, but it flipped. It didn't work in his favor.
But I know we got moved. But like the last time he had a stern coach was Bill Parcells, and what did he do? He went to go trade for T.O., bro, and Bill Parcells didn't even ask for that.
Bill was rebuilding that team too. Like that team was really good.
You don't think he gonna do that with another? Like he gonna do?
Zimmer gonna be our next coach.
Teddy Bruschi.
Zimmer gonna be our next coach.
No, Tomo, please.
Like Zimmer gonna be our next coach.
Please, Tomo.
Watch.
Please go get Kellen Moore.
Mike Zimmer gonna be our next coach. If Kellen Moore become our head coach, Joe, I can never show my face in that chat again, bro.
Yeah, think about 1 second. That'll be a flip right there.
He gonna coach the Eagles, man. They gonna get to the playoffs and get spanked. He gonna coach the Eagles next year. Nick Sirianni getting fired. That's their coach.
He gonna run the ball. He gonna hit Kellen Moore with that. Gina, please, Gina, come back, please. We need you.
Now, what would be funny is Nick Sirianni end up the Cowboys coach and Kellen Moore end up the Eagles coach, and now I gotta sit over here and deal with this guy.
Yeah, that'd be so.
Nah, I might actually switch teams, Joe. I'm sorry, I might have to go. On that one. I can't do that. But
on this next topic, I don't have the video of the punch. I should have. I don't know why I ain't bringing it up.
That's cool. That's cool. We're talking about the lines right quick. We gotta talk about the lines.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I saw that.
Nah, that was a slip. So we gotta talk about the lines right quick. And Joe, you asked me if I had to pick a team that's the best team in the NFL. You was like, no. If you had to pick a team that's the best team in the NFL, who are you picking? And I was like, the Lions. I think you said the 49ers at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said the Lions. And the reason why I said the Lions It's probably because what Jared Goff said in this video. I'm gonna add a little bit more to it after that. We got here. Where's that egg?
We're an improved team from last year in that regard. Is that we, every time you get in these type of battles, and even when things don't go your way, we find a way to overcome it. And it's why we have the guys that we have, why we built the team that we've got, and the lessons that have been learned from last year, and make you stronger, make you better, and.
I honestly didn't feel like I was playing all that bad, and I was seeing things well. I was throwing it well. Had some unfortunate things there early, but like I've been through a whole lot worse than that. I've been to the bottom, and mentally I've been to the bottom, and some unlucky plays isn't going to throw me off my game.
There it is.
Tony Romo somewhere smiling right now after that. Like, 5 interceptions and still win. Ask the Bills. He did it against them.
That means I ain't think I played bad.
Woo! That one right there. But shout out to their kicker, man. Jake Bates, he made a 52-yarder, to close the game out after Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions, and they beat the Texans 26-23. The way that game was looking, I was like, man, best team in the NFL. They done took a night off. You can't take a night off. And they found a way to win it. Joe, do you agree that the Lions are the best team in the NFL?
No. Come on, man. Prisoner of the moment. Look how they won yesterday. 5 interceptions. They won still. No matter how bad they look, they still win. I know another team that won like that every week. I mean, we talking about the same day they won with the 5 interceptions. This other team won on a field goal block for the game. Like, come on now. All right. And I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Tomo.
I'm listening.
This year, they played the hardest schedule. They played Baltimore, beat Baltimore. They played the Falcons, beat the Falcons. They played the Chargers, beat the Chargers. Played the 49ers, beat the 49ers. Played the Buccaneers, beat the Buccaneers. And they played some of the good bad teams. The Bengals, a good bad team, beat them. The Broncos, beat them. So they had the toughest schedule so far, and they always find a way to win. They won all kinds of ways this year. They won off of a penalty. They won off of a field goal. They won off of a turnover. They won off of a field goal block. They won off of a good Patrick Mahomes game. And the offense hasn't clicked yet, and they just got D-Hop. So, yes, the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. I mean, last time I checked, they haven't lost a game yet. They still undefeated. So, until they lose, the Lions are not the best team in the NFL. You know why? Another reason why the Lions are the best team? Because the Lions got Jared Goff and the Kansas City got Patrick Mahomes. If it comes down to these two quarterbacks, who do I trust more? I trust Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs over Jared Goff. So, yes, the Chiefs.
Kev, I don't know if you was looking at my notes because I had a feeling Joe was going to say the Chiefs. And I had to go back and think about it. I said another team was doing this last year. And every week we came on here and was like, well, they could have lost if this didn't happen. Well, they should have lost because that didn't happen. Well, they should have lost because of this, but they won. So a lot of fans, they get saying, but they won. Now, I think what's happening here is the Chiefs are one of the best teams in the NFL. They got the dynasty going.
I got you.
They got the dynasty going. So a lot of people, they got the best quarterback in the league. Flat out, unless a Ravens fan. Shout out to the Ravens. They're going to say it's Lamar. Lamar coming for that title. Lamar gets the Super Bowl, then I think they're going to have a lot to talk about in this moment. But right now, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. However, he's not playing like it. That team's not playing like it. They are getting healthier now, but that defense has been bailing them out a lot also. Now, you talk about the blocked field goal. Granted, shout out to Dan Orlowski. He pointed it out that they were setting it up all day for them to finally get one. And granted, they got one to win the game.
Crazy.
But when you talk about the Lions, when it's like, it's time to show up against these opponents, they've been showing up and showing out. They don't have one of the best defenses. If you were to ask who has the better defense between the Lions and the Chiefs, most people would say the Chiefs. However, the Lions are finding ways to win. If you ask who has the best offense, was it the Lions or the Chiefs? A lot of people are going to say the Lions. However, the Chiefs got the better quarterback. So how are the Lions managing to put up all these points? Because they like second in the league in the offense. They're ranked 8th in defense. So the Lions are finding ways to blow teams out when they're supposed to. Lions are finding the ways to do all this with the lesser quarterback and the lesser defense as well. No questions asked. And the 5 interceptions was kind of Jared Goff coming back to reality. Maybe that was a Matt Stafford-esque moment. He thought he was Matt Stafford. He was like, man, let me just throw 5 picks and see what can happen. Carl gonna kill me when you see the segment, but I'll wait for the voice memo tomorrow.
He did it too.
Yeah, but the Lions are not overrated. Brother Jacob, I understand you're in the same division. I understand the Vikings are there. But, yeah, but they are not overrated because this team was built from the ground up. They really went out and got too many. They didn't go and get a lot of free agents. The team is built through the draft. They fight hard. Again, if it wasn't for a ladybug, they beat the 49ers and then they go to the Super Bowl. So again, they just running it back off of what they had. I can't wait to see this team in the Super Bowl. And when they win the Super Bowl, depending upon who they play, because if they play the Ravens, I got the Ravens winning it.
Oh, they ain't getting there. Yeah, well, we gotta get there first. Go ahead.
See, this is not my team, so I could throw out expectations. When the Lions get there, and if they play the Ravens, I got the Ravens winning it. But you're gonna see why this team is one of the best teams in the NFL.
So look, I'm glad y'all brought up the Eagles. Now, Tomo,
you knew one of us was.
Now, Tomo, you know, Cat thought he got one. Joe foot in his mouth. Let me ask you a question. If this Chiefs team did this last year, and we had this question, would I have said the Chiefs the best team? Probably not. But guess what? I saw this Chiefs team do something similar what they're doing this year. The only difference was they actually lost some games. And what happened to the end of the story? What happened?
Kyle Shanahan.
They won Super Bowl, right?
Kyle Shanahan.
They won the Super Bowl.
It's Kyle Shanahan.
While having the worst offensive year in Patrick Mahomes' career and won the Super Bowl. So you think I'm supposed to not believe they could do it again? Now, let's go to Philadelphia since the Eagles want to be brought up on the show, all right? Philly. With the good schedule, with the good wins, what are the MVP talks? Did they win? No. They came out the next year, and what happened? They got blown out in the playoffs. When they went through their little slumps, when they went through their little close games and all that stuff, they went on a slump at the end of the season, and they lost in the first round. What Mahomes do? Go against the Dolphins, beat them. What do you do after that? Go against Josh Allen, beat them. What do you do after that? Go against the Ravens, beat them. What do you do after that? Go against the 49ers and beat them. And they come out the next year, look exactly the same they did in the regular season, with less of their weapons. They added DeAndre Hopkins, and they winning their games. And you think I'm supposed to feel like the Lions, who are unproven, are the best team in the NFL? When you got this team who won Super Bowls, we talking about they chasing a 3-peat. This ain't a team who just showed up and lost because somebody muffed the fumble on the, trying to run the ball and just dropped the ball and then return it for a touchdown. We ain't talking about that team. We talking about a team who won 3 Super Bowls, 2 back-to-back, on the way to a 3-peat. Yes, that team that's still 8-0 or 9-0, 10-0, whatever they are, something to know. That team is the best team in the NFL.
They're 9-0 right now. And
if the Lions and Chiefs played with all the chips, all the marbles, all the chips on the table, Super Bowl, right? If we go to Super Bowl next week,
Chiefs, biting their kneecaps off.
Chiefs, Lions,
biting their kneecaps off. You see the song? You see the title? That's a song that's going around right now in Detroit. Lions won again. I can't really sing too much of it because it's explicit lyrics, but Lions won again. It's going around. Get buffed up. That's all I'm saying, Joe. Get buffed up. Look, hold on. It was all right, brother Jacob. We're gonna move on to the next one because now I don't know what Sam Darnold done did to you. Bills are the best team right now, honestly. Well, another team that plays in the code should have stayed code because they made a lot of cold calls to some offensive coordinators, but the wrong one picked up and they hired him. But now they fired him. Yo, you're gonna like this title when you see it too, man.
Okay.
After another offensive struggle against the New England Patriots, the Bears lose 19-3, and the Bears front office ran upstairs and said, Shane Walden, you're done, son. So they had to fire him today. I think that happened. The announcement came out today. And we just want to do a quick reaction. We got a video for that one.
I have
Yeah, a snippet of what's on.
I have a. Oh man, I think I don't have it no more. Crap.
Oh, it's
What
all
about
good. I mean, that's exactly what the offensive coordinator was saying when he was looking for plays for Caleb Williams. He was like, I think I got a good one for you. Nah, I don't have it. I'm sorry. And this team is coming off of a 3-game losing streak. They lost to Washington. Jaden Daniels showed why he gonna win Rookie of the Year because he didn't get his offensive coordinator fired. He got his offensive coordinator probably about to get another job offer, but they lost to Arizona. Who Washington? What they do when they play Arizona?
Arizona, good team. Everybody starts say I try to tell everybody, but go ahead.
Hey, you called it. And then Drake May and them. That's another. He lost to 2 quarterbacks in his draft class. And Chicago ranks last in points per game, yards per game. Third down conversion rate is 15%, and they only had 2 touchdowns. This was in those 3 games. That's how bad this team played. Marcus somewhere smiling because he told y'all that that y'all owned the Bears for majority of that game. Also, Caleb Williams during that stretch, 32nd in completion percentage. Yards per attempt is like 4.9. Then he getting sacked. I think he got sacked like 18 times. And they said he's tied for 31st passing touchdowns with 0. That's crazy. That is crazy. Then his QBR is 21.2, but I don't know too much about QBR. I just had to throw it out there because I wrote it down. You had a chance to get Clint Kubiak, who's with the Saints. They got the 6th ranked offense right now. Liam Cohen with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we all see what Baker and them doing, especially when Baker get his boys back. Come on, Mike Evans, I need you to come back, man. I played Mark this week. I gotta keep that number 1, man, in fantasy. But they rank 8th. Greg Roman with the Chargers right now, they got the 22nd ranked offense, but 22nd compared to what the Bears looking like and all the weapons they went and got, not too bad. But then there was one special person that they should have went and got, and Washington stole him. He was on your done, son. Every time I see Kingsbury call a good play, I'm like, bro, he was a better coordinator than he was a coach because he was done, son, as a coach. But that was his guy. And look what Washington's offense is doing. Do I think Shane Walden is the scapegoat in this one? I'm gonna say yes. The offense is playing bad, but everybody knows Matt Eberflus. Like Matt Eberflus is next, but the offensive coordinator had to go. They did the opposite of what the Jets did. They fired the coordinator and then they're gonna fire the coach because Caleb should not be looking like this. You got a lot of people now, and if I'm Justin Fields, I might just go back on. I might just go live and be like, well, I might just throw the Shannon Sharp meme out there. Y'all thought it was me. Y'all went and got them all this, and they still look like I'm out there. I was winning games with nothing. And DJ Moore walking off. They asked for him to be benched before they fired the offensive coordinator. So that says a lot. They even went to the offensive coordinator and said, we need to be coached harder. So is it the hard knocks curse? Or was it just hard knock life in Chicago? I don't know. Joe.
Yeah, Tomo, I did some research before this show, and you read like a lot of my notes. Like, what the heck? What's going on? But look, the Bears, they were trending up. At least their defense. Their defense was really good. So I'm not going to sit here and say they were a bad team because Mike Eberflus is a defensive-minded coach, and they got a really good secondary. I mean, we're talking about really good secondary.
Yeah.
And they were doing a great job taking the ball away and holding opponents to low scoring. But the offense could never catch up. They finally played a couple of bad teams, the Jaguars and the Panthers. Caleb Williams looked pretty good, and then they went on a bye week. But I told y'all, that Hail Mary killed their season. It killed their season because after that Hail Mary, the distraction with the DB, not paying attention. Obviously, Eberflus didn't do a good job of handling that situation. I even said on the show that he didn't take no responsibility of him not being in position. Like nobody communicated with him or nothing while he was on the field. You a coach. Nobody sees him not paying attention on 2 plays consecutively.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, DJ Moore. I'm so disappointed in him. Walking off the field, give him a cold shoulder. And then in the press conference, I forgot what he said, but he sounded like he didn't really care. That's losing control of the locker room. Having guys wanting to bench your rookie quarterback. What? You want to bench a rookie quarterback for a guy who didn't do nothing last year? Like, come on, man. My man had 1 win, I think, or 1 or 2 wins 2 years ago. Y'all think he's gonna do something different than Caleb? Caleb not the problem. Now, Caleb is part of the problem. He's still growing. He's a rookie. Now, you read some of the stats. Here we go. Offense since the bye week. Dead last in points per game. Dead last in yards per game. Dead last in passing yards per game. Dead last in red zone scoring attempts. And dead last on third down percentage. They just the worst offense in the league right now in the last 3 games. And it's because the coach, now the play caller has something to do with it. They keep putting everybody 5 wide out, and they run the offense like Caleb is like a 6-year vet. He a rookie. Dumb it down for him. Give him some easy throws, easy completions. Use a screen game more. Now, they do use a screen game a good amount. But get him some easy completions and get his flow going. And then once Caleb is in the flow, he's good. You watch our game, once he got into rhythm, he was much better in the fourth quarter. He got into rhythm. He's a rhythm quarterback. So that's that. So I think Matt, like you said, Matt Eberflus, they just let the reason why the offensive coordinator got fired because you fired him. You know, he didn't want to fire them, but you next. They just not firing you because you got a rookie quarterback. And I thought it was a wrong move to fire him also. I don't think firing him is going to fix our problems. All you're doing is messing up his rookie season even more, giving him another play caller in the middle of the season. Like, think about that. Like, come on, man.
Don't say that, Joe. Jalen Hurts apologist going to be somewhere like he had a new offensive coordinator every year.
I mean, he did. I mean, I give him, that's true, though. You know what I mean? He did. But we talking about mid-season. He a rookie. You know, like, and it's already struggling. So this is not good. Like, they say the Bears organization is probably one of the worst organizations in the NFL. And I honestly thought they had some hope this year. I didn't trust the coaching staff, but I didn't think it would be like this bad. So, dang, Caleb. Should have went to DC. When the rumors came out and say he didn't want to go there, he should have stuck with the rumors. When they say he want to come out and play, I'll be happy to get drafted by the Bears.
See, I think it's more so the OC. I think if Cliff Kingsbury was there, you don't have this issue.
That's true. I'm with you on that one too.
Yeah, or they get one of the other OCs that I named on that list. You go get one of them, and they work with that quarterback. I think you don't have this issue. More so, I say more so Cliff, because look what Cliff is doing for Jaden.
You know what? Come on, I gotta say something. I think Dan Quinn's the environment he built also.
That too.
And the type of offense he wants to run. I think that has something to do with it too. When Cliff Kingsbury says
that helps. That definitely helps. Like that helps. I mean, look at the defense. When you're having fun, at the end of the day, everything is gonna help. Because having fun and doing things with your teammates, it builds a better environment.
Okay.
Not like swinging on them because the field goal kicker can't kick the field goal. Debo, stole him out, Debo. That's what somebody should have said. Man, things got very moody on Sunday, man. I think right after the 49ers, Debo grabbed the neck of the long snapper, Tabor Peppers, and swiped at the kicker, Jake Moody, after a third field goal miss. Now, you would think that coaches would do such a thing. Like, where's the special teams coach when this happens? Dave, you're not here. So I'm not going to start this one off. Joe, what was your reaction when you seen Debo turn into Debo?
I do want to play this clip real quick. We'll make this quick. This clip, it's a little lengthy, so bear with me. It's a long snapper and Debo. Here we go.
Say right. And normally I don't even get like that, but just like frustrated in the heat of battle, really close game, and I kind of got out of character a little bit, but I was talking to Moody, and we'll get past it.
Oh, that shirt.
So I think he had a little dog in him, a little motivation to go out there and make the field goals. When I was talking to him at first, like I wasn't saying nothing like crazy to him. I was just kind of frustrated at the time, but he went out there and won the game before us, and he wasn't bothered by it, so we moved past it.
Got a little spicy out there with Debo. What happened?
Just high emotion game. Football's high emotion, and Jake was having a little rough patch there. Standing up for Jake because there was still time on the clock, so the game wasn't over. And everybody knows what happened at the end. It's not over until the clock's hit 0. They all count 3 when it's a field goal, and I always got forced back.
Did you talk to Debo after the game to straighten things out?
Too many people in here. You know what I mean? Hard to get over there, so I'm sure we'll talk sometime.
What was said that's...
We can stop it right there. You know what he said? The reason why he ain't talk to Debo, he said too many people in here. I couldn't get to him.
And he looked right at Debo. He looked right at him.
But what's my reaction to it? I don't think nothing wrong with it. I'm cool with it.
Made the field
For
goal,
real.
right?
This is football, right? I mean, did he not miss 3 field goals? 2 in the fourth quarter?
Joe, you can't swing on the long snapper because he
No,
kicked.
no. Long snapper said something, then he swung on him. He said something to Moody, and the long snapper said something to him. Then he like, bro, you know what he said too? He hit him and said, lock in. That's what he said. He said, lock in. Because Debo had just, He said, what?
You were locked in.
Debo just caught a 32-yard pass to get in the field goal range. He hype. They get a penalty, I think. They try to run the ball, then go nowhere, incomplete pass. They had to kick a field goal. So fourth quarter, you already missed one in the fourth quarter. And then you kick this one and you miss again. Debo like, bro, lock in. And what happened? Kick the game-winning field goal. Even though he almost missed that one. He almost missed that one too.
He probably was scared, Joe.
Nah, he was scared enough to make it. Man, listen. Is that my leadership style? No, I wouldn't do that. But am I going to say he was wrong? No, because it's football. They grown men, and I hear people saying stuff like, "What it add pressure." I want guys who can perform better under pressure. If he folds under pressure, we don't need him on the team. Get a new kicker. He should be able to be better under pressure. That's how it should be. So I'm cool with it. I'm really cool with it because last time, I'm cool with it because he went out Moody. I'm cool with the long snapper saying something to Debo. He like, yo, bro, chill. And Debo, lock in. I'm cool with all of it because the long snapper stepped in and Debo like, yo, I need to lock in. And what happened? They won the game. So I'm cool with it. You weren't expecting that, were you?
I wasn't though. I wasn't. Now I was just like Moody and then wasn't expecting Debo to go off because y'all keep losing games. I think Debo reacted how Dave would have reacted if he was playing for the 49ers at that point. But instead of it being the long snapper, it would have been Kyle Shanahan. Like, get him out of here. But I mean, I'm not mad at this situation. Of course, emotions got the best of them. I'm glad that somebody stepped up for the kicker in that moment because a lot of people would have just let that happen. Now, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but I also had to think about a moment where your 2 D tackles had the same thing happen in Dallas.
Hey, and they were the cars together. Go ahead, though.
So it was just like, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And he's like, well, that's 2 It's just one of those things, man. All I'm going to say is this season right here, that whole frustration with the 49ers and what's happening with the Cowboys and just what happened with the Eagles last year, it just shows you that the NFL can be a strange lady. Like, you could be at the top of the world one day and then next thing you know, you fighting for your life, literally. And shout out to the long snapper because he definitely looked right over at Debo and was like, I can't see him. It's like, bro, you standing on top of you taller than all of us. You looking right at him. But they probably worked it out. Who knows? The 49ers may go on a win streak after this one.
And lastly, that game was crazy, Tomo. Like that last drive, the Buccaneers kicked the field goal to tie the game. Moody just missed the field goal. Just missed. They go all the way downfield, and the Niners had like 5 penalties that drive. Like 5 penalties, first down. And they hold them to a field goal. Debo gets a 32-yard pass. He amped right now. And he missed it. Bro. He missed 2 field goals in the fourth quarter, bro. Come on. And he missed one earlier.
I can't be mad. They won the game.
They won. There it is.
I need Debo on my team because the 2 people on my team was laughing when we was down 34-6. Somebody should have went over there and told them to lock in. But instead, they went and did a podcast. So I ain't mad at you, Debo. Do your thing.
Do your
thing. And Carl, we can roll right into the last words on this one. I just want to address this one. These gonna be my last words. Carl, remember when Malik Hooker went on what was it, Keyshawn Johnson's podcast? And it's kind of like that's a bad omen. Because he said, if we're not stopping the run, are you thinking about doing your podcast or are you worried about stopping the run?
Dang.
We always talk about it back and forth about what players do on their off time. And it's like, I'm not mad at him for doing a podcast. I'm not mad at him for doing what he want to do on his days off. Because on my days off, I ain't thinking about work. But on my days off, I'm not talking about work to the world. That's the difference here. Like some of these games where Micah comes out and it's not working in his favor, like You had that moment in the locker room. You have the podcast. That's where you go on the podcast and clear it up, not make it worse. Like you literally had a whole day to think about the media saying what they said. You could address Rex Ryan and everybody like that. Like use the platform for certain things. Like when I listen to Marlo Humphreys and when he go live on the plane, or when I listen to my man Speedy and them when they listen to their podcast, they address the nonsense, but they also address it in a way where it's not gonna hurt them. Granted, Micah does play for the Cowboys, so it is gonna get out there quicker versus Speedy and Marlo Humphreys and all of their podcasts. And maybe he should do a podcast with RG3. RG3 might help Micah a little bit. Because that one podcast he did with when he did the interview with Stephen A. Smith, he looked like more of a person. Like he was on there defending his quarterback. He was saying we need more. Like he was doing the right thing. Like those are what we look. That's what we looking for.
This and TJ Watt.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do that because you in competition. But don't have TJ Watt jersey up in the background when you talking about stuff. Remember after we lost to the 49ers? Now that I think about it, he had a Kittle jersey in the background. Micah, he
got a Slay one too in there.
I ain't worried about Slay. The Eagles fans don't like Slay no more, so I'm cool with that. Like they started to treat Slay like he Bradbury. I don't understand, man. Yeah, he ain't Bradbury though. Y'all got Quinyon. Y'all doing y'all thing. And to the Dallas fans, man, just hold on, man. Season almost over. It's gonna be a rough two. We gotta beat the Giants. That's all I'm saying. They better not lose to the Giants.
The season was over. We got a whole 7 weeks left.
I said it last year. I told you last year. Enjoy the wins because you don't know when it's your turn.
But right, you already taking the shades on. I'm just enjoying I'm having a lifetime. I'm enjoying myself. They'll be back on Monday. Believe that. No, Friday. Believe that.
But not my fight.
You know, we gonna dress in 30 minutes. Then she got tuning in on face. But look, shout out to the whole R2L network. Shout out to the R2L family. Shout out to my boy Lambo Anlo. In the intro, as far as the music. Shout out to my brother Eham with the Refuse to Lose Sports logo. And man, listen, Javon, like I said, kudos to y'all. I give y'all props. You know what I mean? I just had to defend the little things you try to throw in there. You know what I mean? I had to correct that. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be a punching bag. So I had to defend that. But y'all won fair and square. If it's 1 point, 100 points, you won. Because if we won by 1.5, I don't care how much we won by, I would have been on here with the shades talking trash too. You know, and right now we're number 2 in the NFC East. But Tomo, everything happens for a reason. I had to think about it. I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna have a short week, don't you want to have a short week after a loss? Not a win. You win, you want to sit down and enjoy the win. You want to have a week to rest. When you lose, you are itching. You want to play again. You know, Tomo. You gotta
get them back.
You gotta get them back. You want another bite of the apple. You want another opportunity. And then guess what? We're going to a hostile environment as a true underdog now. We're number 2. We just lost. They just won. They won 4 in a row. They on a high. We are true underdogs. And my boy that got shut down, he shines the brightest when the light's the brightest. That's what he does.
Be bright. Y'all the new homecoming game.
They gonna be bright. I forgot about that. I don't want to meet Melvin show. Or I don't know. He might not show up.
They gonna be there. Oh, they gonna be there.
They gonna be there. Okay, cool.
They gonna be there for this one. I don't know if Meek. No, you're right. Gilly gonna be there. I don't know if Meek gonna show up.
Gilly gonna be in the house with a big old eagle hat. Man, Killer Moore need to get fired. That's what he gonna be doing. He crying about his eagle.
I don't know nothing about Kellen Moore from the Eagles fan. Yeah, every time they do something bad, everybody like Nick Sirianni. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I keep trying to throw y'all head coach out there.
And all the issues on offense. The fake
man.
But now Nick Sirianni be tripping though. So you can't fake, bro. Like
you
made the extra point and you take away the flag and say we're gonna go for 2. Like, bro, just take the point and walk away. God.
I would say this, man. He definitely will stand in front of the media and take the gripes because I'd have been like, yeah, I don't call the plays, man. What y'all want me to do?
No, for real. He does take the bullets for the whole team. Even Hurts when Hurts wasn't respecting him. It's crazy. But yeah, so I'm excited though. It's Philly week. This is the biggest game of the year. Not just a chat. We talking about the NFL. Think about it. So far, all the games that have been played. This is the biggest one. This is the biggest one. Prime time, Thursday night. Think about all the prime time games. This is the biggest one. We got Steelers and Ravens week, but they not prime time. They 1 o'clock.
They should have. They could have flexed the Cowboys Texans game. They could have flexed that game.
They might
Monday night. We Monday night. That's why they probably don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Chiefs and Bills Sunday night, I think.
Yeah.
That ain't the game away, but
I mean, Brother Jacob said the Bills the best team.
No, y'all excited till Friday. That's what it is. Y'all excited till Friday, till Thursday night. Trust me. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm excited. Let's get it, man.
All right, and make sure y'all tune back in 29 minutes. Oh, go ahead. 27. Make sure y'all tune in 27 minutes. Make sure y'all check out Undisputed with my man Joe Jordan and my man AJ. They got 2 special guests. Y'all want to make sure
Unfazed, Undisputed.
Oh yeah, Unfazed, man. It's gonna feel like Undisputed because of the 2 special guests. That's what made me think about it. Unfazed at 9. All right. And shout out to the superstar members before we get out of here. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, and Chris.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode on Friday. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.